Hello, Breed Middle School students and families. Today we're going to go over the 2021 Parent Guardian MCAS report. Students will be taking this report home with them today. The first page of the report is informational. We have the title, student name, their identification number, date of birth. We also have listed the district, school, and grade that the student was in last year. The top part talks about the scores that the child might get. So 440 is the lowest score and 560 is the highest score. The state then breaks it down into 4 categories: not meeting expectations, partially meeting expectations, meeting expectations, and exceeding expectations. Then they talk about the disruptions that have occurred recently and what they did to alter the test because of it. They talk about the reduction of time, the reduction of sessions, and they also talk about how students, if they were learning remotely, they could take it on a computer at home. Then they list some resources for you at the bottom. When you open the report, you're going to have English Language Arts on the left side and Mathematics on the right side. If your student is in grade 6, you will also have a science score page. Notice the scores are listed at the top. This student scored a 512 in the meeting expectations category. You can see it by the triangle here. This indicates that the student scored a 512 in the meeting expectations range. The gray line indicates if the student were to take the test multiple times, we would expect them to score somewhere between the beginning of the gray line and the ending of the gray line. That 512 is also shown down here in the table, so you can see where they took it in grade 7 and then in past years to compare. You can also compare school, district, and state average scores as well. You can also come over here and look at the student growth. Here's the student's growth, and we can compare that to the school and the district, and then the state average of student growth percentiles. Down here, we have resources for you to look at, along with questions that you can ask your child and your child's teacher if you so wish. The mathematics side is very similar. We have the score. Notice this one is in orange. That's because the student scored in the 476 as a score, and it's in that partially meeting expectations range. Notice we have another gray line here. That means if the student took the test multiple times, we would expect that student to score somewhere between the beginning of this gray line and the ending of that gray line. Again, that 476 is also shown down here in the table, so you can compare where they scored with compared to previous MCAS years or the school, district, and state average. We also have the student growth percentiles, where you can compare your students' growth compared with the school, district, and state as well. Now, some of you might not have a student growth. That is because one or more of your MCAS years might be missing. So if you didn't take it in grade 4 or grade 5, they didn't have enough data to compute the student growth, so it is left blank. And again, down here, we have the resources that you can use, websites to go to, questions you can ask your child, and questions that you can ask your teacher. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the school. We would love to hear from you. Have a great day.